Hello, everybody, and welcome. As we like to do every week, we like to take a look at the past week's market activity and then, of course, bounce around the market and look for something to trade. Well, it was a bit of an interesting week. As you can see here, kind of the whole week it kind of trickled down. Look, we're still not that far off our all-time highs, but the market does seem to be kind of in this range of like, are we going to shoot up from here or are we going to crash from here? Nobody knows the future, but for now the market seems a little bit unsure of itself. So we will see how it plays out over the course of the week. But that's the SPY. That's where we always start. If we look at the NASDAQ, pretty similar story, except this one is kind of a lot further away from its all-time highs, where SPY is pretty close. This one is obviously not there, but same week, kind of trickled down over the course of the week, but over the last couple weeks, just kind of been in this range. And the only one that looks a little bit different is the Russell, just because it's maybe a little bit closer to its all-time highs, but this and the SPY look fairly close. Again, similar week. So what are we going to trade this week? Well, if you were watching it all this week, you saw that Bitcoin went crazy. This is Bitcoin. And the way we trade Bitcoin is something called IBIT. So here's IBIT, and we can see, look at this. And like the last 4 or 5 days of the week, this, we can use this thing right here. I can start here, and this will tell me it went up 25% in 7 days. Oof, that is a big move, obviously. And because of that, you can see, look at volatility down here. It shot up to the highest it's been since about June, but that's because Bitcoin crashed in this time. So volatility went up in the middle of this crash. So we'll leave that out of the mix because now it's shot up the other way. So if we go like basically through the whole year, this is pretty much as high as it's been in the last 6 months almost, 5 or 6 months. So as a contrarian, what am I going to do here? Well, I'm going to sell a call vertical on the assumption that this will maybe continue crazy for a while, but over the course of time, as a contrarian, I think it's going to start to tumble back down. So the way we do that is we go to the trade page. I'm going to go to 54 days here because it's the most liquid out of all these other ones right here. And it's pretty much as close to 45 days with the liquidities I can get. If I open it up, it's a real simple one. What I do is I go to the call directly above here, which would be the 44, and I start by selling that as a vertical, and I'm looking to collect 33 to 40 cents. This is too much. This is above 40. So if that's where it is on Monday, I'm going to try one more. I'm going to go one more dollar away, go to 45.46. And there we go. That's the range I'm looking for. And the reason we do this, why is that 5 cents such a big deal? Is because as I go further away, obviously, my chances of success go up. So, right, because I want it to stay below 45. Well, at 44, 45, obviously, we're pretty close to right there. So that 5 cents is not worth it to me. I'd rather have a better chance, collect a little bit less money, and have a better, what they call POP, probability of profit on this trade. My vertical is further away from the stock price, meaning my chances of success are higher. I'm willing to accept a little bit less for that to increase my chance of success. So, assuming everything stays the same here on Monday, we're going to sell the 45 call, buy the 46 call. As long as we collect 33 to 40 cents for that vertical, that is our trade in IBIT, which is Bitcoin for Monday. I am excited to let you know I've completed a book that is now available to everyone that wants to get it called Learn to Trade in 7 Days. This is a book that will take you from absolute ground zero as far as knowing absolutely nothing about options all the way to trading them. Now, I'm so intent on getting this book to you because I really believe it is such a valuable resource for anybody and everybody that I'm going to offer an incredible deal on this, so stick with me on this. But before we get there, I want to show you what the book entails. The book is broken down into 7 days. Day 1 being what is an option. You'll learn everything about options themselves. We'll compare stocks versus options. Then we'll get into basic option strategies like the vertical. And finally, we'll wrap it up with how to trade verticals and then the making and managing of trades, which is to me the key to success long term above all. Now, as I mentioned, if you get into it now, if you go to this link, you can get this book for only $9.99. And I know that may not appeal to a lot of people because a lot of people aren't into books, but I'm so intent on getting you this book because I really believe it is such a valuable resource to anybody and everybody that I'll also throw in any one of my courses right here available on Udemy right now. So for only $9.99, you not only get the book itself, but you get one free course, which can be valued for as much as $100 depending on when and where you buy these courses. Again, just go to this link here and it'll take you to this page where, as you can see, you'll get the book and one of my courses for only $9.99. So really can't be beat. So again, just to reiterate, go to this link here. You will get my book, which you can hang on to forever, and I really believe is such a vital resource. I'm throwing in a course to really get you motivated to buy this book. That's how important I really believe this book is. The book and one of my courses for only $9.99 simply by going to this link. Please jump on this opportunity. It is something you really will be happy you did.